Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
You are listening to the Brilliance Business Show. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler, conversations with leading experts in business. And today I have a wonderful guest, Bill Heinrich. Bill is the divine purpose guy, and our topic today is master at clarity. So a great topic. Bill, welcome to the Brilliance Business Show.
Thank you very much for having me on your show, Mark. I really appreciate having an opportunity to have a conversation with you and hopefully give some good information to your audience.
We're looking forward to all of your wisdom, Bill. Before I get started, I just need to make a legal disclaimer that Bill is not offering legal advice or legal assistance. So let's get started with the show. Bill, can you share with our listeners a little bit about yourself and your business?
Yeah, I would love to. I have over 50 years business experience and have done many different things. But the most important one was over 25 years ago, I walked away from my life, literally, and changed everything but my name because I was miserable. And that's taken me on a 25-year plus journey of personal transformation. And I've taken all the things that I've learned in that and started 10 years ago working with high-level entrepreneurs, CEOs, top-level executives around the world. And I found during my transformation that I was an energetic empath. And with that, I'm able to follow energy and create complete clarity for anyone on anything. It's quite a process. And as an offshoot of that, we actually came up with a new product called the 6-Minute Webinar, which is just focused on allowing people to speak to their perfect client with the perfect message. So it's completely wrapped in clarity. It's astounding. And we do a boot camp once a month. People can get information on that at 6minutewebinar.com. My love is personal transformation. And in that, we're always searching for clarity in life, Mark, right? You're always looking for the answer, like, oh, we'll know more next week, or we're in expansion. We're trying to find the right way to go. Life is all about getting a higher level of clarity.
You've been on an interesting journey, Bill, and I'll be interested to learn a little bit more about that journey shortly. But with time comes wisdom. So you have got so much knowledge and wisdom to give people from your own journey. Who are your customers? Who do you look after on a daily basis?
Well, now I've got two businesses going. I have my True Life Purpose Now, which is my coaching with high-level executives, and I have one opening there for a client and I haven't pursued any new clients. The other clients I have, they stay with me because as you get clarity, you get into expansion. So the shortest length of time a client has been with me right now is 2.5 years. And the longest is 7. And because we keep growing and expanding. So in addition to that, in helping people with their clarity and expansion in business and life, we started the 6-Minute Webinar, and we help entrepreneurs, coaches, authors, holistic practitioners to deliver we have a system that will show you how to deliver the most powerful message in a simple, quick, effective way using the 6-Minute Webinar to your perfect client with a powerful call to action. So we take them to a place of clarity that's astounding for them.
That's a sign of a job done well. Like you, Bill, I've got clients that stay with me, and that comes from looking after them, having great customer service, which unfortunately a lot of businesses do get customer service and customer relations wrong. And it's just a sign of a job.
I think most of them do get it wrong, frankly.
It's just a sign of a job done well. So congratulations on the great work that you're doing. And I love the concept of the 6-minute webinar, because not many people want to spend hours and hours doing things. And I know there's a little bit of a process that goes into making it, but people want information really quickly. And that's what I like about what you are offering there. Now, you mentioned, Bill, that you walked away from your life and you was miserable. I want to know about the ha-ha moment that led to the launch of your business. Was that the launch of what you do now, when you were miserable?
Oh, no, God, no, absolutely not. I was in a relationship and had been in it for about a year and a half, 2 years. And this woman had a 12-year-old son, and it was 2 days after Christmas in 1995. And it was about 9 o'clock at night. I don't know. He said something, and I snapped, Mark, and grabbed him by the collar and had him up against the wall. And a voice inside my head said, "What the hell are you doing? This isn't you." And I just walked away. I went upstairs and sat down for a few moments, came back downstairs and said to the woman I was in a relationship with, "I'm so effing miserable. I've got to go find out why." And I walked out the door.
That's very brave.
It sounds brave, People don't change out of willingness, do they, Mark? They change because they're unwilling to live a certain way any longer. That's the truth.
I hear you. And tell us a little bit about your ha-ha moment.
Well, what I would call my burning bush moment happened a couple weeks later, and I learned one of the most important things I've ever learned in my life. And that is this, I was reading a book about codependence.
Yes.
And by Pia Melody. And as I was reading this book, in the first chapter, they had a list there of about 8 or 10 things that you could check to see whether or not you were codependent, right?
Yes.
And what I saw, Mark, when I was going through that list, because codependence deals with family, parents, siblings, right? And what I saw is I was actually defending the people that I was angriest at. It was a complete oxymoron. And then I realized that my defensiveness and protection in life had kept me in jail. I had myself in my own jail. And the realization of the life that I had lost up to that point was so shocking that I literally, this is not an exaggeration, fell on the floor and started crying, and I cried for 3 days. Anytime we are defensive, we are protecting something with ego. This is what I've now learned. Love needs no protection, does it? You give love away. So for the audience, look at any place where you're defensive, where you're protecting something with your words, with your thoughts, because what you're doing is protecting a story that is literally keeping you in jail, your own jail, your own prison.
I relate to that. I hear you. I was in a toxic relationship and I had to go through some of those processes, and codependency is quite a common thing as well. I owned a lot of those traits, so I had to do a lot of self-work myself. And it does take digging deep and really going inwards and looking at those behavioural patterns, etc., etc. So I really relate to you on that, Bill. Now, I want to know, Bill, what really motivates you to jump out of bed every single morning?
To be of service
Good
to
answer.
anyone around me. That's all we're here for, is to be of service to others for the benefit of all.
Yes.
So for me, I don't have any goals. I don't believe in goals. I have intentions, but my
Yes.
intentions aren't in the physical. My intentions are all in energy. So, my motivation every day is I'm excited just to see what the universe has in store for me based on the
Yes.
energy I put out. Because the universe, everything in the universe is a vibration.
We're on the
So
same page.
If you want to know the truth, there's only one truth in life, Mark. There's only one. Nothing else is true other than this, because everything else are perceptions. And that truth is how you feel. It's the only thing that's true. You know how you feel. People don't honor and respect it. They don't know what to do with it. Once you start understanding feelings and energy, you can start living far more responsibly. The other way, you're living accountably. You're accountable for things. And when you're accountable, you're immediately a victim because somebody else is setting the mark.
Yes, I have to agree with you on energy, vibration, and your emotions, the way you feel. And the way I look at it is, when you're on the right path because it feels good.
You can feel it, right?
Yes, it feels good. And when you're off path, it doesn't feel good. And it's just listening to those inner guidance systems. Now, Bill, I want to know what sets your business apart and what unique needs are you filling for your clients?
Well, the one thing that sets my business apart is I give everyone a 100% money back guarantee.
Yes, and that's a great thing because that shows that you're confident in the service that you are providing.
Right. Now, here is the irony. The guarantee, and I literally do, you talked about customer service in my coaching and at the 6-minute webinar, I'll tell you what our customer service is, right? You hiccup with a problem, you get your money back. It's real simple. We aren't here to make money. We're really here to help others. And the reason that I give the guarantee in my coaching is frankly quite surprising. Okay. The reason I do is for me. It's not for my clients. The reason I do that is I have to make certain that they have what it takes to be able to gain the awareness and make responsible choices. Many people don't. So if someone gets into a discovery call with me and they don't, I just give them an assignment and send them away, because if many people want to be taken care of, as you know, they and they hate living that way, but that's their constant behavior. What happens is when I give people all the tools that I've learned, all these free resources that are available to all of us that people don't know anything about and how to access them, their life changes instantly. And the number one thing that happens with them is they love responsibility, because in the life they were living, they can't be responsible because other people have given them obligations that make them accountable. So when we switch your life just from accountability to responsibility, that means anything in your life you're responsible for and you have the power to change. If you don't take responsibility for it, then you're a victim.
It's a really important point, Bill. At the end of the day, you have all the tools that will support them and guide them and help them to make that transformation. But it comes down to you have to do the work. Only you can make it happen at the end of the day, and you have to be responsible for your own actions. I really love what you're about. Why is your service especially important in today's modern world?
Well, that's very simple. We live 100% by the stories we have inside us. And in the world today, the stories have become more and more preposterous outside of us. Consequently, you have to look at the stories that are keeping you with a certain point of view. Without those stories, you're free to make choices and you don't have to participate in other things. But when you have a story, for instance, we just had an election. In fact, we just had an impeachment where the Republicans didn't convict Trump, and he should have been convicted. Well, the reason they didn't is because their story is it'll be bad for the Republican Party, believe it or not, right? So they don't have the capacity to follow what's right, and the stories just keep you blocked up and dammed up. Did that answer the question? I'm not sure that it did.
It did. It answered the question really, really well. I mean, the stories, media as well, that's a great point. You don't know what to believe in the media sometimes, Bill, and I try to steer away from mainstream media and politics.
I do too, but what people do is they spin stories to support their choices.
Yes.
Okay. And that's what gives them the rational lieization. I'll say that again. Rational lieization.
I like that.
We're lying to ourselves instead of following our heart and doing what's right no matter what.
You got that point nailed there. I wished more people in the world would follow their heart and come from a place of love and doing the right thing. The world would be such a better place, but more and more people are waking up. And I believe this pandemic, all through the bad of it, it has really woken a lot of people up for the better as well.
No question. Yeah, it certainly has.
Bill, can you share a few more details of the kind of service and products that you offer?
Well, again, I have two businesses. I should actually come back and just talk about the 6-minute webinar sometime, because the 6-minute webinar is phenomenal. We do a boot camp once a month, and it's only $99 to go to a 3-hour boot camp where you'll get total clarity about your business. In my coaching business, I teach people responsibility by creating awareness for them in their lives. Every human being on earth is different. Every human being on earth has 7 divine gifts. Those 7 divine gifts are divine compassion, divine creation, divine order, divine healing, divine authentic self-expression, divine truth, and divine power. And we each have our own individual life lessons. So what's happening is everybody's running around with blindfolds on, making decisions based on who they aren't, because they're living in a world of survival, Mark, because we're taught to survive in the physical. But the non-physical, the universal aspect and the universal resources we have available to us only support thriving. They don't support surviving. There's no such thing. The universe is only about expansion and growth. And once you understand the difference and learn how to tap into that stream of energy, universal energy that we're all part of, everything on the earth is a vibration. So if you want to connect with all that is, you do it from a vibration. That's why feelings are the only thing that are true.
I agree, and I would go as far as saying some people don't even realise they're making decisions. They're just going around on autopilot, doing the same thing they did yesterday and getting the same result over and over again.
And over again.
We really do have similar belief systems, Bill, and I really get the work that you are doing. Can you just share, because you answered the question beautifully, how do people work with you? Is it one-on-one? Is it group coaching?
I have one-on-one coaching, and I also have a group program. The one-on-one we meet 3 times a month. The group program we meet twice a month. But going back to what we were just saying, I want to say something. I never let my clients make another decision in their life. They have to promise me they'll never make another decision, Mark. Why? Because I only want them to make choices. Because
Yes.
you can change a choice. Decisions are final. They come with stress. They come with angst. They come with a lot of outside opinions. When you make a choice, I made a choice to be on your radio show.
And I'm very grateful.
And I'm here fully. It's my choice. Everything I do is by choice. So I do what I want, when I want, where I want, with who I want, anytime I want, because it's all choice. It's all responsibility. And when you just take a look at life from making choices compared to decisions, that will free you up immensely.
Now, Bill, I know you have all sorts of client success stories. I just want you to pick one that stands out to you.
One. Wow, there's so many. I have a couple in Arizona, a doctor and her partner. I've been working with a couple of years now, and they have totally, completely transformed their lives. I mean, they had a medical practice that they were concerned about, wanted to sell. Now they've got a flourishing practice. They're leading business people, and they really know who they are, and they're living life fully every day. I mean, I could go into more and more details. The mess that everybody lives in and the little things they don't know how to deal with. So as I show people how to get clarity, anything that comes up, it's very easy to handle. I have another solopreneur I was working with was doing low six-figure income when I started with him, and we're now up to 8 figures he's doing in business, because when you focus on expansion and you focus on responsibility and how you feel, choices are simple. The direction, the where you're supposed to go becomes so clear that it just makes it simple, Mark.
I just love a success story, and you shared 2 great ones there, Bill. And how do clients typically hear about you? And is there certain life moments that usually lead to them seeking you out?
Well, people hear about me from word of mouth. I do no marketing for my coaching business. And if you want more information, you can find out about me at www.truelifepurposenow. You can email me. I'm the divine purpose guy at gmail.com. Just word of mouth, and then I have to make sure that that they're ready. I'm going to tell you, people either run to me or run away from me. Because the truth of the matter is, a lot of people are afraid to face the truth. Yes. They are so invested in their stories that they're not willing to let them go. And the stories are the thing that are causing them to do the same thing over and over again every day, get the same results. Oh, things might look a little bit different, but the feeling inside is the same.
I hear you, but the ones that want it can get real great results and transformation. And I have really enjoyed having a conversation with you, Bill. Is there anything we did not cover that you would like to share?
I guarantee that I can change anybody's life in 60 minutes. That's a guarantee.
Can you share with our listeners, anyone out there that would like to change their life? And I'm sure there's plenty of people out there over this last year that would really benefit from your support. How can people connect with you again, Bill?
The easiest way, my email is thedivinepurposeguy@gmail.com. And my website is www.truelifepurposenow. And if you have an interest in messaging to customers, clients, you can go to the 6xminute webinar.com. and find out more there about how you do that.
Bill, thank you for being my guest today. I've really enjoyed a conversation with you.
I so appreciated connecting with you, and look forward to what expansion we might cook up in the future, Mark.
Definitely. We're both friends with the amazing Jim Grant. He's a great guy, so I'm sure we'll be doing more together, Bill. Once again, thank you for being on the show. Thank you, everyone, for listening. You have been listening to the Brilliance Business Show, conversations with leading experts.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.